Jabara from the Warriors locker room. What do you have, Lauren?
Thanks, B. I talked to Steve Kerr, and he said, look, I think the main thing is we just have to throw a lot of bodies at them. Obviously, make up for the loss of Jimmy and Brandon Pajemski.
Posed to get the starts for the Warriors in the second half, joining Curry, Green, and Moody. Foul on the first possession. Now Jalen Green, he's been a big story, and Green knocks down a three. And coach, he's got 18. That's his fourth made three-pointer.
And that is a great pass cross-court from Alperen Şengün.
Jalen Green in 30-plus minutes had just 7 points, did not make a three, was 0 for 4 in game one. He has responded in a big way here in game two. Payton in the corner, missed it, and there's Van Vliet with a rebound.
Now Moody passed up a three, in my opinion, should have shot.
Jalen Green, back iron, bouncing rebound to Curry. Post, he can shoot it, sets up in transition, no good. And an offensive rebound by Payton. Şengün out on Moody. Green looking for Curry. No, he finds Payton. Extra pass out to Post. Missed another three. Moody and Şengün grappling at Şengün with the rebound. That's his eighth.
Well, Post has had two really good looks. The Warriors are going to have a chance. Guys like him have to knock down open shots.
Houston trying to even up this series at one apiece as they go to San Francisco for game 3 Saturday. And Green taking over. He's got 19 now.
He's got 19, and the Rockets lead by 19.
I beg your pardon, he's got 20. I shortchanged him one. 20 points in 19 minutes for Jalen Green. Payton guarded by Brooks, who had 3 fouls in the first half. Brooks with the block.
Brooks will probably be an all-defensive team guy.
Defensive Player of the Year will be announced tomorrow. Draymond Green is one of the finalists. Gives him a little offense in the corner.
Well, if you remember that last game of the regular season, that Clipper game that went to overtime, Draymond Green hit 4 threes in that game, 4 for 6. Hasn't shot it well as the year's gone on from 3, but certainly capable.
Şengün. And that extra pass to Brooks in the corner. Curry. 11 first half points for Curry. No look out to Moody. And Moody misses that one. So Moses Moody now 2 for 4 from beyond the arc. Came out early, was firing, hit a couple of threes in the first quarter. Has not made one since. Be interested to see what Steve Kerr does. You heard Lauren mention he's got to go deeper into his rotation. He played 12 guys in the first half. We saw a lot of Pat Spencer and Jonathan Kuminga getting his first minutes of the playoffs. Curry, a little hesitation. Curry with 13. He's hit 3 threes.
And he's also got 4 rebounds and 6 assists.
Van Vliet to the corner. Ben Thompson, who picked up those 3 fouls early. And now Van Vliet on the reset. No good. Şengün is there with a follow.
For Alperen Şengün.
We'll see how the Warriors can regroup with personnel. Jimmy Butler will not return. Butler's going to get an MRI tomorrow on that tailbone, as Lauren reported. Three-pointer by Post.
The Warriors go to their zone. It starts by looking like a 1-3-1. Moody's actually the guy who will come out as the second guard in the zone, but he starts at the free throw line.
Here's Brooks, catch and shoot, missed it. And that's good on court. Clearly the underdog right now, but you got that guy. Curry misses a 3. Thompson flying high for the rebound. And then Thompson gives it up. Brooks takes Post in the paint and scores it. Shooter's touch.
Okay. That was a nice touch. I don't know if I'd say shooter's touch with Dillon Brooks. And I love the guy as a player, but shooter's touch, not so sure.
Curry did not get the shooter's touch on that leg. Wow, look at that Euro. And now Brooks for three.
He's had 2 or more three-pointers in 9 straight games.
Hey, he shot at 39.7% from three-point range this year, as
29% from 3 after coming up.
Before the game, if it was an illness, he goes, no, I think I got a bad meal and I'm trying to recover from it. Here's Post for 3, cash.
But you got cut, set the screen on Şengün, and got Post wide open, and Post knocked it in.
Post, the rookie, playing in his first playoff series. Thompson, no good. Şengün, offensive rebound. And it's going to be Eason. He's met at the rim. Post and Draymond Green. Green got the block.
And Draymond Green had something to say about it to Tari Eason.
Podziemski, short. Jalen Green with a rebound. Eason drives, kicks. Jalen Green got another one. Big shot.
Well, Draymond Green had him. He knows he should have stayed out on Jalen Green, not happy with himself.
5 threes for Jalen Green. 8 1/4 for Jalen Green. Podziemski, full mid-range, missed it. Podziemski coming on, trying to give it all he's got here, but he is now 0 for 5.
Oh, nice adjustment there by Ime Udoka. Put Şengün on Kuminga instead of Quentin Post.
Green had it perfectly online, just too strong. Kuminga. Jalen Green on him. A couple of high-level athletes going at it here. Kuminga gets inside, missed it. And that's, at one point, had a 20-point lead. They have led the entire way here in game 2.
Well, Ime Udoka just throwing a lot of lineups with this Warrior team as Jalen Green scores. We've seen the 2 bigs together, and now we see no bigs on the floor.
Green's got 25 as Kuminga hits a 3.
Jabari Smith is the center. Interestingly, I think Udoka goes to this lineup to try to take away threes, knowing that's the Warriors' way to fight back. Can switch all the screens with this lineup.
Post now guarding Jalen Green. Green dancing with him. Green gonna have to shoot over him. Little fadeaway is short, and Draymond Green with a rebound, and that's gonna be a foul on Eason Podziemski. But David Guthrie, Courtney Kirkland, and Sean Corbin.
Yeah, well, you know, when you're getting into this kind of hand-to-hand combat, you want guys who have been through these battles.
Rockets lead by 13. After the tee, that's on the deck, and saved by Green. Here goes Eason, taking on all comers, and he lays it in.
Just averaging 12 or more points.
Kuminga throws it up.
Told me it's been amazing. Him and Asar haven't played on the same night, so they've been each other's biggest supporters, but it has to be an incredible experience for the Thompson family all around, guys.
Yeah, what are the odds? And Ahmed was the 4th pick, Asar the 5th pick. And not only do they share a birthday, they share a middle name, and it's 4 letters. It is XLNC, which is pronounced excellence. I like that. You're setting a standard early.
You set it early, and they're living up to it. I'll tell you what. Amen in the top 20 in the NBA in rebounding, steals, and blocks.
Rockets with the number 2 seed this year, and Warriors turn it over. First possession of this 4th quarter. Warriors got it to 11. And then the Rockets with a burst at the end of that 3rd quarter. Jalen Green with a highlight dunk and a 3-pointer. Rockets lead is 16. Late clock here, down to 2, and Brooks in traffic. And Brooks' little turnaround jumper is good.
Lineup again with Steven Adams and Alperen Şengün.
Draymond Green misses the 3. Şengün rips down the rebound. 13 boards for Şengün to go along with 15 points. He's got 5 assists as well. Adams in the center of the wheel now. And Brooks driving, stripped by Post. Warriors down 18, running out of answers here in game 2. They'll resume Saturday for game 3 at Chase Center.
Well, here's the problem. The Warriors had problems in the non-Curry minutes early in the year when they were under 500. Jimmy Butler took those problems away because they had a guy to go to. Now we're seeing them again without Curry and no Jimmy Butler. Very, very different.
Podziemski has played ill tonight, and at one point left the floor, came back in the third quarter. He's on the floor now trying to give it a go. Brooks' story tonight for Houston. Just 85 points in game one.
Well, here's the other thing that changed, though, and Jimmy Butler had a lot to do with it. Only 8 turnovers so far tonight for Houston after 17 in game one. Jimmy Butler had 5 steals in that game. Very disruptive defender. He hasn't been part of it. The Warriors' defense, while still solid tonight, has not been able to force turnovers.
Van Vliet driving, gets some space, up and over, post. Shooter's touch, coach.
There it was.
On a 12-3 run since that Ime Udoka timeout.
They don't get back into it because Green and Curry, especially older guys, doesn't want anybody else to get banged up. They don't make a run here in the next couple minutes. I think you'll see those guys on the bench.
Curry with a steal. Curry driving behind the back. Van Vliet almost picked him. Surrounded by Rockets. And that extra pass in the corner, and Post hits a three-pointer.
Quentin Post now with 9. He and Pat Spencer, who hasn't even played in the second half, are the second leading scorers here. Curry, the only guy in double figures for the Warriors.
Spencer came on, gave him a quick 9 points. Brooks down inside, taking on Curry. Curry the rebound. Heel finds Moody. Moody in all kind of traffic and able to lay it in. Patient.
Rockets fans, we have a dog. Let's hear you make some noise. The louder you are, the higher cuts rise, and the more t-shirts you'll get. We need to see everybody on your feet. It's time for the Toyota Tundra T-shirt on!
That email. Post. Shooter's touch. Post.
What?
Rebounds, 2 offensive rebounds. And fun fact for him, guys, he has the same routine every single game.
Most.
There you go. Food and a nap.
Late clock here and a turnover for the Rockets. By the way, Green, first Rocket to score 30 since James Harden in a playoff game. Of course, that was the last time the Rockets were in the playoffs in the bubble. Harden had 30 against the Lakers that year. And playoff game.
And what a great draft pick by Mike Dunleavy. We haven't talked a lot about him, but made that Jimmy Butler trade without giving up any of his young guys. And then the draft picks there of Podziemski a year ago. Quentin Post this year, I mean, incredible.
Post fouls.
Not take Quentin Post out of the play, nor did he take him down. So it's a non-call instead.
Şengün secures it.
Wow, that could have very well been a backcourt violation. I don't know where Şengün's feet were, but if he caught that in the front court, and now it's going to be
Offensive foul on Jalen Green.
And we've set up the court, and so they missed.
1 out of 2. Here we go. I tell you, it felt like Houston was a couple of baskets, maybe a little 6-0 run from putting this game away. Now the Warriors are back in it with Curry on the floor. Draymond Green for three, missed it. Jalen Green with a rebound.
A great Rockets defense. Their rotations were excellent. Getting out on the corner three, and instead of a Moody corner or a Buddy Hield corner three, they get a Draymond Green long three. Those are the little things that hold down a team's efficiency.
Well, strong move to the basket by Ben Thompson. That stops a 9-0
midcourt to talk to them about keeping their poise in this game.
Game here. 6.5 to go. Curry in and out. Green rebound. Post. He's been hot. He fires. Missed that one. Şengün clears it away.
Still a lot of time in this game now.
Houston looking for a finishing kick here to even this series. Step back three. Green got it. Jalen Green. What a night
for the Warriors, though. Post going on to him. I think they would have been better off blitzing that one, making the ball go back to Brooks. You're on your home floor. You cannot go down 2-0. That's only happened 35 times in NBA history. And the team that goes up 2-0 has won 30 of those series.
Here's Brooks driving, leaves it up. Thompson hangs and is fouled. Thompson misses.
That he will is as a shooter. 3 for 4 today. He's out there for this stuff. His defense is rebounding, his energy, and
turnover. Green lays it in, and that might just do it.
Dylan Brooks very upset about the game. I mean, we've seen it many times. 18 with 5 minutes to go. There's plenty of time, especially when you have a Steph Curry on the floor.
I saw him score 17 points in a 5-minute overtime in Portland once. Friday, Celtics and Magic, Lakers and Wolves, and then Rockets finish business here. This one figures to be an excellent series as it goes back to Chase Center in San Francisco Saturday.
Well, yeah, if the Rockets hang on tonight, you're going to have 3 of the 4 Western Conference series knotted up at 1-1.
Wolves, Lakers. Lakers had a nice answer after the Wolves won game 1. And Jalen Green just stacking them up tonight. Back to a 20-point Houston lead.
Holy cow. That is 38 for Jalen Green.
And 8 made threes for Green. Moses Moody connects on a three-pointer on the other end.
I think Moses Moody has to do that the rest of the series. They're going to play Şengün on him. He's got to willingly shoot the three every single time he's open. The guy is a 37% three-point shooter, and he's got time to set his feet and get him off in rhythm.
Brooks guarding Santos, Curry, and now it's Looney to Kuminga, who drives and lays it in.
Well, a rare time they switched Şengün out on the post split onto Curry. That's what opened up Looney on the split.
Well, Jalen Green is the Rockets headliner tonight. But the story of this game and the postscript will be the health of Jimmy Butler. Nice lead by...
And he's got the extra day to recover, which is a good thing for the Warriors.
That Spencer goes.
Spencer's had a good year in limited minutes with the Warriors. When they've needed him to step up, he has. We've seen the steals and the quick hands. We've seen him make threes. We've seen him post. This is one of the most versatile big men in the game. We see a lot of these guys now coming over from Europe. An outstanding offensive player.
17 points, 16 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals for Şengün. Stat-stuffing machine here tonight. Kevin Knox misses the 3. Got Braxton Key on the floor as well. Knox with the offensive rebound. Kuminga getting some extended minutes tonight. Minus Jimmy Butler, 23 minutes. And it'll end up being 25 minutes for Kuminga.
And I love what Ime Udoka's doing. taking no chances right here and keeping his starters on the floor. I think he'll sub now after that three-pointer, and they go back up 20. But he did not pull the plug quickly. When you get a win in the playoffs and you've got one there, you make sure you finish it out.
Well, let's recognize this moment, too, for Houston.
I mean, the game's so physical right now. We got Courtney Kirkland running over
taking a foul.
VanVleet.
Coach, the last playoff win in this building for the Houston Rockets, May 6, 2019. And Matt Maloney of the late 90s with the 8 made threes tonight.
Matt Maloney's dad, a great college coach.
Rockets' last playoff victory in this building came against the Warriors back in that 2019 playoffs. Again, they were in the playoffs in 2020, but that was in the bubble in Orlando.
Trace Jackson Davis, who lost his spot in the rotation, gets a tip in there. One of the best offensive rebounders in the league, 10th per minute in the NBA.
Reed Shepard, the rookie out of Kentucky. Cam Whitmore drives Met at the apex. And Jackson Davis on the run out. Leads it up top. Kuminga at the line. By the way, great to see Jeff Green as well in year 17. And a champion with the Nuggets back in 2023. 38 years young, running with the Young Bucks here to finish this game as we go under a minute. Jalen Green, a record-setting performance. Ties a Rocket playoff record with 8 threes. Houston with a big answer tonight. And they're going to even this series in 1 game apiece. It's been a very familiar playoff matchup, Warriors and Rockets. They met 4 times in a 5-year window from 2015 to 2019. Warriors won all 4 of those. 2 of those years for Golden State were championship seasons. But this is a new Rockets team. And they are going to San Francisco, all even at 1 apiece. And now all these young Rockets players experiencing the playoffs for the first time will experience a road game at Chase Center.
The most important people in the Warriors organization right game, so they go in there with the confidence that they can go into Chase Center and win.